Come in.
Are you all right?
Davy was always so gentle, so nice to me. He just couldn't kill anybody. He couldn't.
But your parents saw it happen.
I know. But how could I be so wrong about him? About everything.
It's difficult to know people, particularly if you lack experience.
It's all my fault.
No. You know, you can't be expected to predict the future.
Davy will come back. I know that. He'll want to see me. And he'll get into trouble with Elliot and Sandy.
And they're the men who look after you.
They're okay. They're like Addie.
Former criminals.
Lost sheep. They kind of scare me. I couldn't stand it if Davy got hurt.
I'll do what I can.
Good day.
Fraser, we can't just sit there and wait for the kid to show up.
Well, she does have a point, Ray. He's powerfully drawn to her.
Yeah, well, he's in love. I get that.
Well, I assume that you don't want Davy to be hurt.
I don't want anybody to get hurt, but he stuck a knife in somebody and we gotta catch him.
Well, when you're hunting, Ray, the best policy oftentimes is to wait for the game to come to you.
Well, that's great, but this isn't a criminal drive-through. We gotta go out and get him. Anything about the family?
Yeah, his parents are dead. His aunt and uncle haven't seen him in 3 months, and he lives on his own.
They got any idea where he might be?
Nope, they didn't seem that close.
How about where he worked?
Works for a shipping company downtown. Everyone says he's a loner, stays to himself. His boss says he's a good employee, though. Never any trouble.
Francesca, any known associates?
Known associate. One Jimmy Lewis. They got busted together 4 years ago.
Okay, so we just gotta find Lewis, shake him down and see what he knows.
Yeah, well, it won't be hard to find him. He's been in Joliet for the last year.
Hey, do you know anything about this? So how long before the game shows up?
Hunting requires patience, Ray.
Go, Thatcher, go.
She does seem powerfully drawn to the music, as though it touched something deep within her.
I do believe in miracles. I do believe.
Pray that God's Spirit will come down and bless us today. Pray that through His grace we will see a miracle done. Ellen has not walked in 10 years. Her doctors have done everything they can for her, but they have failed. Only a miracle can take her out of that wheelchair. Pray for a miracle.
Pray for the bountiful mercy of the Lord God our Father.
God will reach out through Eloise and touch this poor, troubled woman. Get up, Ellen. Get up and walk. Oh, praise the Lord. Let us give thanks to God for the miracle that we have seen today. I do believe. You believe. We all believe. We believe in miracles. We believe in the miracles that hands hold hand in hand.
Hi. It was very inspiring. And these are all of you.
Mom and Daddy got more pictures of me than you can shake a stick at.
No baby pictures. My mom made pictures of me when I was a week old. I hate that.
When did you perform your first miracle?
When I was 5, I saw God.
You saw God?
He came to me in a fire.
Must have been very exciting. And the miracle you performed today, the woman just didn't seem to walk very far.
Yeah. And she was real excited. Maybe she can even walk a little. Probably doesn't usually. But what with all the fuss and wanting to be cured and all.
So she may have been able to take a few steps.
It was a fake.
Or maybe there was no way she could have gotten out of that chair. No way she could even move her legs. That was a real miracle.
Is that what you believe?
When I was 5, I touched a blind woman and she regained her sight. That's true. They've always told me that. I've made deaf people hear. I've stopped cancers from growing. I've done that. But I don't know why it happens or when it's gonna happen. And it sure doesn't happen once a day and twice on Sundays.
So some of the miracles are not quite so miraculous.
You know much about Babe Ruth?
The chocolate bar?
No, the baseball player.
Ah.
He only hit 59 home runs in a 162 game season. That's not even one home run every 2 games. You think I can do better than that? You think miracles are easier than home runs? Dad says we have to do it to keep the ministry going.
To keep the cash flow going.
To keep the faith alive. Money's a means to an end. Make my daughter's gift available to the world. Eloise, you go to your room.
Yes, sir.
Don't cast your doubts on her mind. You have no idea the damage you could do.
With respect, sir, I think the doubts are already there.
You have any idea what a delicate thing her gift is?
The gift of making money?
If you choose not to believe, I can't help you. But we bring miracles to people who need them. The world needs that.
Is that guy for real?
Interesting to find out.
Davy.
Thank you kindly, Francesca. And anything else you find out would be greatly appreciated.
Now what with the hunting?
I think perhaps a little tracking's in order, right?
Tracking?
This is a high-top cross trainer with a full-court press tread.
Uh-huh.
It's a kind of running shoe, the kind that Davy was wearing.
Well, he was here last night.
Well, true enough. But this track wasn't here when we went into the church. I would have noticed it.
You would have noticed that there's thousands of tracks here.
That's a very distinctive tread.
You can tell what he had for breakfast?
No, in order to do that, I'd have to pick through his stool.
It's disgusting, Freezer.
Davy, run!
Eloise, come on.
I'll go with him.
No, I forbid it.
I'm going. Maybe I can help him.
He's a murderer, Eloise.
He's innocent, I know it.
You know nothing. Nothing about life, nothing about the world, nothing about that boy. Leave him be.
If anything, he's a lost sheep. I know what about those.
Can't hurt her now, Reverend Barrow, and she may be able to help.
Then I'll go too.
No. You've done enough.
Maybe it would be better if you gave her some time alone. I'll go along with her, Reverend.
Would you, my dear? Make sure she comes to no harm.
Yeah. Franny finally got a hold of the aunt and uncle. They're not coming, but they wouldn't mind if we were to call and let him know how he's doing. How is he doing? Doctor said he's going to come out and tell us.
Now, you know, Ray, surgery does take time.
I've been praying to God, but he won't answer me.
You know, it has been said that God does answer prayers. He answers each and every one. That's just that oftentimes the answer is no.
Well, he's never said no to me before. He always comes through in a fire. He can't let Davy die.
And Davy's a strong boy. Eloise, you said that Davy was innocent.
He didn't stab Addie. They were fighting for the knife. He dropped it and he ran.
And you know this because...
He told me.
I see.
No, you don't. You think he lied, but he didn't. He would never lie to me.
Ray, there's a couple of things I should look into.
I'll wait here and regulate his progress.
Good. Well, you stay here.
Okay, I got everything starting from the big miracle at age 7.
So Eloise said the first miracle occurred when she was 5.
Well, who remembers what happened when they were 5? I don't even remember what happened when I was 17. Well, except for one thing. But anyway.
Well, it was a miracle, Francesca.
Yes, it was. Oh, well, okay, but hers couldn't be much of a miracle because they didn't even report it, and they report everything down south. Miracles being top of the list, and fires being the number 2 attraction. This is the obituary the dead guy was carrying. The young couple died in a house fire.
The fire occurred when Eloise was 5.
What is it, French?
Just looking for a miracle, Francesca. A miracle occurred in McKinley, Arkansas, 1984.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I think you do. A 5-year-old girl cured a blind woman.
I don't have to listen to you.
You know, your story and your husband's differed slightly over Addie's death. And at first I put that down to confusion arising from shock, but I think you and I both know it was something else.
Detective Vecchio.
How's he doing?
No, he survived the surgery. Frankly, that was a miracle considering all the blood he lost.
So he's gonna be okay?
Well, it's a little too early to say.
Can I see him?
Are you a relative?
Yeah, she is his sister. Adopted sister.
All right. We'll have him in a room shortly.
Thank you.
You gonna be okay?
Yes. Can he stay?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to sneak him into the room because I don't think he'll pass as a relative. Vecchio.
I assume I have the basic parameters correct? Yes, Ray, Mrs. Barrow is prepared to make a full statement. Right.
They weren't just ignorant trash. They would have squandered that beautiful jewel that they were given by God.
I see.
Elliot. Elliot. I'm in the quarters. Get everybody over here, quick.
Perhaps we should go. Oh, dear. I imagine you've thought this through clearly?
Yeah, I believe I have.
Sandy, it's too late for this.
Shut up! You know, sir, at the moment it doesn't appear that you're involved in any serious criminal activity. Perhaps it would be wiser to keep it that way.
Well, it seems to me that Addie was on a pretty serious gravy train. Now it looks like I can get me a piece of that.
By eliminating me.
That's good thinking.
I see. Well, he has thought it through clearly.
Get him! Listen to the voices of God in song. Listen, even as He listens. Listen, children.
Listen to the... Listen to the love in the voices.
Not really sure.
Tell them a story, son.
You know how to do that. May I? Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Albert, I would like to tell you a simple story. Well, a not so simple story, actually. It's a story about sin.
Sin is good.
My son. The sin of greed. If there are any among you out there who believe that the sin of greed is something overlooked by the heavens above, then you are wrong, for they see everything and overlook nothing.
Now repent.
And this story is one that Brother Albert knows well. It's a story of Eloise, a young girl who's performed miracles right here in this hall of God. No, Brother Albert, please stay with me. You can help me tell this story. As you know, there was once an itinerant preacher out of Arkansas, a man who was small in faith, but great in his greed, so great in his greed that he stole from his God. One day he met a 5-year-old girl named Marcy Davenport who could make the blind to see. And this man realized he could exploit her gift, that he could profit from it, so he did the unthinkable. He stole her. He stole the miracle girl and he set a fire that killed both of her parents.
That is patent untrue. That man is lying. Disgusting lies stuffed in a red crimson vest.
It's a tunic, actually.
There was a witness to his dark deed, a blackmailer who bled the man dry even as the young girl made him rich. And then one day he saw his chance. The blackmailer was struggling with an innocent young boy. And so this false man of God rose up and slew the blackmailer. Now we all know who this man is. We all know what he has done. The law can only punish him for his crimes, but a higher power will punish him for his sins.
There's nowhere to hide, Reverend. You've been healed.
He's really made a miraculous recovery.
Really? You mean like a real miracle? You're not just saying that? Like somebody'd say like the Immaculate Reception, like that?
No, what I mean is I'm his doctor, and I don't know why he's still alive.
And that's pretty strange?
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not sure why most of my patients survive.
Medical humor.
Guys, they seem to have quite an unusual brother and sister relationship. Perhaps you could try and get them some help.
Yes, Doctor. Yeah, we will. Thank you kindly.
So is she for real with this miracle thing?
She believes she is. The events in the past, it's hard to say.
What about him? Is she safe?
Possibly. He might have recovered anyway,
But she did give him a reason to live, and that's important.
Young love. Cute, but it won't last.
Well, it might.
Never.
It's possible.
Nah.
Occasionally.
Not on my planet.
Deep believes it will.
High winds, no northern sky will carry